this access to this to early too if you sign up over the public test server. You have to download a new client though for it. So, Trapper, permission granted. Welcome aboard. Happy Thirsty Thursday, everybody. Hope you guys enjoying your week and so far, and Friday Eve, and welcome back and welcome aboard. Hey, Trapper, Stream Raiders. Must be an
Hello
old
there.
replay or something. You guys should be getting new Twitch drops right now. Let's see. What is the mission objectives here? Earn 250 base and regular... No, operations or operations of flagships. Lots of 250 base. So wait a minute. So 1, 2, 3, 4... So 5 rounds there. Get ribbons. Looks like co-op, regular matches, operations of flagships, and Aurelius route. Aurelius route. Shot torpedoes 25. Shoot 25. Shoot 25 torpedoes, huh? 60,000 damage to ships with secondary batteries. Win 2 battles. Get 15 set on fires. In 1 battle, join the top 3 of your experience received. 200,000 damage to ships. 9 secondary tasks. Win 2 battles. Join the top. Okay. Earn 250, 1,000, 250 ribbons, or otherwise 350 ribbons. Destroy 6 ships. Earn 8,000 base experience. 385,000 damage. Okay, and then that next week here. So 12,000 base experience, pretty much all 5 game categories. Okay. Good morning, Nabby. Dunkirk 1940. What is this? Take command of a fleet evacuating soldiers from Dunkirk. Complete missions and overcome various obstacles and enemy forces and advance through different stages of the operation. Supply missions grant support tokens, which can be spent on the new cards and modifiers that provide advantages in key missions. Enemy. In the upper part of the screen, you'll find the enemy cards. The total power of each card is visible in the center. 95, 101, 101, 106. Field artillery, drifting water mine, drifting water mine. Steamboat, cabotage coaster, sailing yacht. Boy. Okay. All enemy cards have vulnerabilities. Your card becomes effective against a specific enemy if the debuff matches the enemy's vulnerability. You can use other cards to apply buffs, increasing your total power. Hey, thanks, Mental Short Circuit. Rez and Richter Scale, permission granted. Welcome aboard. Alright, well, it says it's victory. Smokescreen, debuff. Evasion buff. Alright. Oh, okay. Support tokens 8. Support tokens 8. Light repairs. Get a new card. You can choose only 1 card from 3 that will be provided. You cannot receive duplicates. Unpicked cards return to the selection pool and may appear again. Choose 1 card. Unpicked cards will be returned to the pool. Trawler. Paddle tugboat. Harbor tug. 103, 108, 107. This has the highest evasion. No, wait. These 2 have the highest evasion. 13. Alright, we'll do this one. Okay. Item, nice. Afterburner. Okay. That's quite a bit of cards. Why is it? Oh, okay. All right. All right. Do we get shinies in this? All right. Restores one segment of the ship. Quantity 2. Right, key missions help advance through operation. Defeating the enemy in key missions grants evacuation points to fill the progress bar, and you earn your rewards. Okay. And these are sea fog. That's a drifting mine. I think this one has probably the most damage here. 95, 90, and 90. Okay. Which there are hit points, modifiers. Okay. 100% wins, like 80% win. Okay. Operation Dynamo begins. May 1940, France. The situation on the front had taken a dire turn for the Allies. May 20th, large number of British, French, and Belgian troops have been pushed back to the sea near Dunkirk. In response, the British Admiralty launched an evacuation operation to rescue the soldiers, setting a historic precedent. On the first day, May 26th, several dozen ships participated in the operation. You've completed the tutorial. Your ship hit points was successfully restored. Oh. Yokai, hello. Oh my god, you picked that card. What the? What's going on, Puddin'? I picked it because it had the most damage and stuff. What is this? Zhao? Oh, that's right. Fudge. Okay. Evacuation progress. Evacuation progress shows how far you've advanced in the operation. Bar fills the evacuation points earned by defeating an enemy in key missions. You can earn 9,500 evacuation points daily by participating in 3 missions of any type. Wait, so these aren't actually attached to playing rounds in ships? Oh. They're all 1-star difficulty. Supply missions. If you defeat the enemy in supply missions, you receive modifiers that can boost your key missions. You can also get support tokens, which can be spent on purchasing modifiers, cards, and other rewards. Okay. 110, ooh, submarine. 110, field artillery 106, field artillery 106, drifting water mine 101. Well, this isn't going to go good for that guy. This one can defeat that. This one can defeat that. This one's gonna have a rough time. What? Okay. All right. Cool. Okay, so I'm starting to get the idea here. 90, 95, 95, 101. Oof. Okay. Wait, what? Oh, I see. Okay. Huh. Alright. DJ Talzen, hello. Well. Oof. Okay. Smoke screen for this one. Afterburner for that. Spotlight for sea fog. Oh, there was 2 defeats. Ah! Okay. EUNA World Warships on now. Yeah, get your Twitch drops. Should be getting a unique Twitch drop from my channel too. Oh. So I can't do anything here. Alright. Modifiers. Focused. Steady course. I got 45. Let's draw a new card. Paddle steamer, cargo ship in Canterbury. Spotlight and AA fire. Smoke screen, and spotlight. We'll go with this one. Okay. Cool. Again, do we get some shiny cards? Do we get shiny cards? Okay, so all these are knocked out or timed out. Ooh. Well, we can't do crap here then. We don't have enough boats. Not enough boats! No! What happens if we actually put 1 card in? Okay. Alright, I guess I can't really do much anymore for this. Alright, we've got a bunch of supplies. Alright. Well, actually, wait. Okay. Can we pull another support card then? Cargo ship, passenger ship. Speed boost, smoke screen, damage buff. We'll go with the cargo ship that has no defense period for everybody else. Right then, why don't we just do... Okay. Opponent should have won, had almost 3 caps on my team, had already lost 4. The opponents only lost 1 ship. I got beaten up, but gave it back. I managed to survive and still managed to make up for the point by destroying 5 ships. Wow. Nice job, Good Hope. Made a replay. Nice. Richter Scale, Rez, Trapper, and Good... Oh, I see. Good Hope, hello there. Mission granted, welcome aboard. Oh, okay. So my cards are starting to get timed out. You can't do anything here. Alright then. Wow, that's a warship, isn't it? Got an anchor. Depth charges and AA fire. Ooh. Well, shite. It's all fighters. Hey, Steven the Jeep, permission granted. Welcome aboard. I don't think we can do another one. I don't. Well, I guess I can. Oh, submarines. Depth charges. Nada. Can't pick up any more tokens? Nada. Okay. Oh, wait. Redraw. Okay. Ooh. Sailing barge. Another warship. Midway Queen. Whoa. Sure. Alright, we can do one more operation, I think, then. Okay. That's it. Okay. Armory, what do we got going on here? Alright. Combat missions, what do we got to do then? So, 12,000 base experience on everything. Why don't we start with this new mode that they have? What's the tier for this? 7 versus 7, 8 through 9. Okay. I wonder how Illinois would do on this. What the? Coordinated fleet support. Partial restores the hit points, ship's hit points by repairing any light damage. Effects applied to the command ship and all ships on your team. If used by multiple players, the effects stack up. Press 9 to use the consumable charge. Each activation lasts for a set of periods. 9? Okay. Catch Pokemon, guys. Catch Pokemon. Alright, let's go find out what this mode does. Of course there's 18 freaking battleships in queue. Duh!
You're killing me, Smalls.
Escort the command ship to safety. Well, you should jump in the queue right now there, Rez. Probably bring a cruiser. Steven the Jeep, permission granted. Welcome aboard. You'll probably get into a match faster than I will, though. 8s and 9s. Yeah, I figured you'd drop right away. Okay. Alright, that's not gonna work for cruisers then. Or it's not gonna work for battleships. Too many battleships in the queue, so we'll take a cruiser instead. Okay.
Gegnerische Streitkräfte entdeckt. Die Schlacht beginnt.
Just got the Mutsu from the new containers. Congrats. The enemy has inflicted significant damage to the command ship system. Escort her.
Gegnerische Kreuzer entdeckt. Warte auf Anweisungen.
Torpedos voraus!
Good evening, Monty.
Torpedos voraus!
What's going on over here? Gosh, Schnellboats! Hello, Richter scale.
Release the Kraken!
Release the Kraken.
Gegnerisches Schlachtschiff zerstört.
Gegnerisches Schlachtschiff gesichtet. Gegnerischen Zerstörer gesichtet.
Okay. Secondary should be able to hit the fort.
Gegnerisches Schlachtschiff gesichtet. Gegnerischen Zerstörer entdeckt.
Problem gelöst. Wir haben ein Leck unterhalb der Wasserlinie. Wir laufen schnell voll.
Okay, I think Schroeder is probably gonna do better here.
Gegnerischer Kreuzer versenkt. Feueralarm.
Volltreffer.
Problem gelöst.
I'm in danger.
Okay. What do you mean, no? I mean, he's already almost there. Does it go longer in this? Final round? Oh, win the final battle and ensure the command ship survives. Okay, I see. So you have 6 ships at the end that you gotta attack. Catch Pokemon, guys. You're gonna give me a sub just for the shirt? Alright, appreciate it, Craig. Thanks for watching on the tuber side. Gotta win and survive, barely. Played Adigo. Oh. Okay. I have to play like 6 of these, I think. What is that? Is that like an unfinished reward or something? Okay. That's like put a reward into there, but don't let them see what it looks like first. Make it pink. Alright, win 1 out of 2 battles here. Destroy 7 ships. Decent amount of experience for that. Okay. Achievement, yeah. Alright, oh, we could do up to 7. Invite sent there. You could probably take the chill in for this. Chill. Nah, we'll stick with gun. We'll stick with the a gear. Seven would be a full team. All right. Cause 60,000 damage with primaries or secondaries. Shoot torpedoes. Base experience coming along. 350 ribbons coming along. Oh, these are standard battles and flagships. Okay. How many of these again? Thought there was a certain amount of times that we need to do this. Oh, okay. So you just need one more. Bunch of set on fires, and one battle be the top 3. Okay. Alright, I see what's going on. Alright, here we go. I see Trapper online too. Yeah, you're gonna be in queue for a little while if you take a BB. You want me to back out? Never mind. Too late. Couple Palmer and Zipperunga. Magdor and Benson? Ugh. Alright, let's go set some fires.
Feel the burn.
Fire! 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 Fire!
Gegnerische Streitkräfte am Horizont gesichtet.
Alle Mann auf Gefechtsstation.
Good luck and fair seas.
Probably gonna be a pretty tough battle with destroyers.
Schlachtschiff gesichtet.
Vamos dar trabalho para eles.
2 fires.
Warte auf Anweisungen. Ende.
Alright, Mogador down. Hey, Supermom. 2 more fires here.
Subaru Mom cheered 25.
Supermom, thank you for the 25 cheers. Good morning. Happy Thursday. Thank you for the 25 cheers. Oh, we got some more fires going here. There's a lot of stuff coming up this way.
Feueralarm!
Good morning, Hurricane. Yeah, I got one of those emotes too. Oh, that's right. I'm on PTS server. I didn't change the sound settings. Where's one? Where's mine? Oh, there it is. Yeah, there you go. My pink glasses. That's cute. Yeah, potato arriving, right.
Feueralarm!
Wir haben ein gegnerisches Schlachtschiff versenkt.
Okay. Got one of the capture points. North America. Okay. I also asked Amarak too. What's the restrictions though? Is it only supposed to be one person in div? Hurricane, you're here. When you're trying to do that ribbons bingo, is it only allowed one person in div? Sorry, I thought I was hitting 9. No, just copying rule number 4. You may invite any number of players in your division as long as they don't play the same ship over again. If you make the ribbon count, but in the event of a blowout, they can still play the same ship, right? Okay. So Guppy at 1 p.m. If you want to help me get the ribbon bingo going. The rules are you can, whenever ship that you decide to use, If we make the bingo count successful that round and no blowout or anything like that, you cannot use the same ship over again for the next challenge. But that essentially has nothing to do with the player in your div. I made it 2 separate rules. Okay. I think I'll kind of run it over on the rules and stuff again closer to that time. Number of players. Alright, Guppy, 1 p.m. And then North America server. Or Kate, that's when we're gonna restart.
Gegnerischer Zerstörer versenkt.
I think 1 p.m. is about 10 p.m. Your time, I believe, if you're in Central European time. What the hell is that? Motorboat. Schnellboat! Schnell, schnell, schnell! Schnellboats! Literally, Schnellboat is the actual translation to waterboat. Schnell's water.
Wir haben einen gegnerischen Kreuzer versenkt.
Chill? Chill boats? No, Schnell means fast. Oh, does it? Schnell is fast, and so you got water boats. Okay, alright. Schnellboat, fast boat. Okay,
Gegnerischer Kreuzer zerstört.
so Schnellboat, fast boat. Yeah, I do have a chill. Are they going to replace DDs in operations? But your translation motorboat is 100% right. I mean, when do you ever translate anything literally, right? Yeah. This is a new operation coming next update. It's a standalone operation.
Wir haben einen gegnerischen Zerstörer versenkt.
God, this guy is slow, man. Come on! Get to your point. I'm not gonna lie, Highfire, I was hyped the whole day to see what happens in today's continuation of the challenge. Well, it's do or die on the first round, so gotta give those who are gonna be in Div the rundown on what the objective is later today. In the event that we actually do fail it, I'm probably just gonna switch over to EU server. Otherwise, yeah, we'll continue. It will be very interesting to get the 12 and 1400 for sure. That's usually what I do on Thursdays, so I didn't really know if this ribbon bingo was gonna take pretty much all day, or if it was going to take multiple days, so it was a bit of a rough start in the first place. If we hadn't had so many blowout rounds, we probably would have been able to get up to 12 and 14 quicker. But yeah, so I asked, so Guppy is going to be streaming it at 1, so he will be the support. He does really, really well in carriers. So essentially, if I can get him to spots, then I might decide to use like something like Smolinsk or Minotaur. Or just maybe a Force Sherman or something like that on that. Probably a Force Sherman because of the AA. Because I will have a carrier. Oh wait, is carriers not allowed? Yesterday was on the extreme end. Seastrom, hello. I sure hope it doesn't end in a loss during the first event. All types of ships are allowed. Okay, alright. That's a lot of ships right here. I don't know how many fires we're supposed to hit. Okay. So the only thing is, though, is if we make the 1,000 ribbons, Guppy cannot play the same carrier again. So, but he's got a lot of carriers, so not to worry about that. It'll be up to his decision what the next carrier, potentially the following carrier thereafter, will be. Rules. Hey, well, when there's 128 subs in question, you gotta follow the rules. Zeestrom, permission granted, welcome aboard. Hurricane, permission granted, welcome aboard. Okay, so cause damage, primary and secondaries, spot ribbons has been cleared, get ribbons has been cleared, 2,000 base experience. What else we got going on here? We need to play this anymore. Mode's pretty simple, it seems like. Wow, look at all those missions complete, jeez. Yeah. I was talking to my mods last night on Discord, and they're like, they didn't realize that ribbon bingo could potentially bring up to 128 subs, and that's subscriptions. If we end up doing that, I will be basically quintupling, no, not even that, sextillion, I think it is, of the sub goal. So essentially, if that happens, it would be 4 weekend passes and 2 2,500 dubs going out. If it was 128 subs. So some of the viewers and mods don't realize the impact of that challenge. So if they realize the impact of that challenge, then you'd be like, oh, right now we're at what, 32? The next one would be 64, and the following after that would be 128. So if it's 32 subs, well, there we almost pretty much have a double over on a goal. That would be like a weekend pass, and if we double over the sub goal, then it would be 2 weekend passes. Yeah, exactly. I don't think you'll make level 7 on the first try. Won't make level 7 on the first try. Alright, so this portion of these missions are done. So the only way we can get these other portions done is if we go into regular operations or operations with flagships. These two are going to be regular matches, but luckily there's only 1,000 base, which means we can just do a couple co-op battles. Should be able to clear that. This one is all types, so cause damage to everything else there. And there. Rez, do you still need to run this other operation, or can we move on to flagships? So we need to run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 operations or operations with flagships. Move on is good. Okay. Alright, we're gonna change on over to flagships then. And my understanding on this is that you can do your what is it called? Combat instructions here. Classified documents. 1 level up to 5 levels. So we can do AP and SAP damage. Improves your attack and defense against specific ship types. Okay. Does it not tell you what does it do? Just AP and SAP damage. Alright. Save it. At the Lutheran, let's go ahead and put in some signal flags on this one. Sure. Okay. I got the 420s or 406s. Alright, operations with flagships. Is there a trapper still on here? Trapper, do you want to join us or not? By the way, I was thinking your sub money split is quite low since you don't have Partner Plus yet. Would you want a part of the jackpot money as a 3-month, 6-month tier 3 sub instead? It would cost me the same money, but be more for you. 2 tier 3 subs would be 12 points. The thing is with that though, you'd have to do 3 months in a row too. I'd have to get those points 3 months in a row in order to do the Partner Plus. It's not a bad idea. Not a bad idea either, yeah. Because I think we're actually usually around 14 points short. I don't know where I'm at right now. Analytics, earnings, Partner Plus program. Sorry, my bad. Wrong button. Yeah. So last month I was at 85, so we're still 15 points short. Right now we're only at 36 for this month. Yeah, it's not. It's an idea for sure. It'll push us closer to the actual 100 mark. But I'd have to make it for 3 months in a row. There's no guarantee you put yourself into a position where you get like, you know, 2 tier subs and whatnot for 3 months, and then we fall short like 1 month. That'd be kind of effed up. You know what I mean? Okay. Missouri, GK, make sure you're flagged up. Because this is going to be a flagship operation, so this is going to be usually really difficult. Here we go. Hey, Chris Martin, permission granted, welcome aboard. Also, Hurricane, I was actually kind of thinking about this last night and stuff. That, you know, 128 subs is quite a bit of, quite a bit. What's the, what do you call it? What do I need to do? Like, if I get this, and do we challenge other Twitch streamers and stuff like that for that, and then do I sub out to them too? Like, what's the caveat? What's the, what do you call it? That's enough. Okay. Well, I just wonder what do I need to do for my participation for it? Like, if we get the record or put ourselves on that and stuff from there on out, do I sub out to the others that try to attempt to do it too? You invented the challenge for fun. Okay, I was just saying, it's like, it is a challenge for sure, but what do I need to do, or what would be my contribution, I guess you can say, to the challenge then, other than just the challenge itself? That's what I'm asking. Other than the challenge, there is no caveat. Okay, well. Chris Martin, permission granted, welcome aboard. So really, it's just up to you and who you would like to try to participate in doing it then. I am helping set the bar. Yeah, well, each one bar up is pretty frustrating, alright. Not gonna lie, other than ranked matches, it's kind of a very unique, what do you call it, mission and frustration for it, so I don't think I've ever actually had anything else like that outside of ships. Because it's not ships that's doing this, it's actually the community that's doing it. Hurricane, you and the community are doing it. Not like ships is like, here's 128 subs for doing this event, stuff like that. You know, they're not gonna do that. It's gonna cost William way too much to do that. Okay. Rez, we might be in here for a little while since it's all battleships. We may have to run some cruisers if we're gonna get into an actual match. Do you have any tier 10 cruisers on this account? Or 9? Doesn't, well, yeah. I'll give it another minute. If we don't get a match, then we're gonna have to switch. Golden New. Okay, well, here we go. I suspect that we're gonna get 5 battleships and 2 destroyers. Okay, there was a cruiser got slipped in there somehow. Of course it's Aegis!
You're killing me, Smalls. I'm in danger.
Oh god. Like how the camera changes. Dark, light, dark, light, dark, light, dark, light. Ooh.
Gefechtsstation.
Iron Fist for battleships, Incendiary Specialist for cruisers. Oh, these are the type of flagships? Okay.
Attention! This is Task Force Commander. Our transport ships have been captured. Attack the enemy and retrieve the transport ships.
Enemy detected.
Gegnerische Streitkräfte am Horizont gesichtet. That's the enemy vanguard. Destroy them.
Did they? I didn't take a look. Did we
Warte auf Anweisungen.
were we able to do more than 6 persons, or did they still lock it at 6 for the div?
Feueralarm! Enemy ships detected in the northwest.
Separate armaments, reloading, timer modifiers. There it is, thank you. I'd like to know the actual time fires have. What is this? Wait, what? What? Motorboats? Okay. If we didn't make Aegis any worse, now they're making it even more harder. Okay.
Einschlag bestätigt.
Oof. Okay. Schnellboats. Let me guess, Aegis still has a shores, right? Yeah. We're still gonna keep that ship that you gotta escort tier 7 while you bring in tier 10s and super ships.
Treffer.
Phenomenal.
Wir haben einen gegnerischen Kreuzer versenkt.
Speaking of pizza, has some pineapple on it. Typically eat without fruit, but they eat pizza with pineapple too. I don't mind pineapple on pizza. What? This must be Satsuma's extra. Oh, you know what they did? They took a book. They took a chapter out of the Legends. They were like, "Hey, you know that little drone that comes out with little funky music? We're gonna put that in PC too. We're just gonna call it a Schnellboat, motorboat." Okay, never mind. They're just popping out of nowhere.
Wir haben einen gegnerischen Zerstörer versenkt. Gegnerischer Zerstörer versenkt.
No idea where the nap is. Way up there in the middle of all that. Oh, trying to get himself to cover.
Attention! This is Task Force Commander. I'm up against huge enemy forces, requesting support.
Roger. Aircraft proceeding to assist. Will arrive in 5 minutes.
No, yeah, these are both Japanese and German ships. I think they always have been. Even with the Yamatos and GK that start up here. Oh, the handover is coming, trust me. We have yet to see the handover.
Wir haben einen gegnerischen Kreuzer versenkt.
Okay, Rez. Looks like it's just gonna be me and you pretty soon here. First test operation on the public test server. Ages.
Headshot. Headshot.
You're killing me, Smalls.
We're not gonna pick that guy up. Not in the middle of all that. It's just not gonna happen. Yeah, I see that.
Feueralarm!
Jeez.
Gegnerischer Kreuzer gesunken. Torpedos auf Steuerbord.
Shite.
Problem gelöst. Höhenbruch. Wasser dringt schnell ein.
Shite.
Wir haben einen gegnerischen Zerstörer versenkt.
Nope, not gonna make this 20 seconds. Alright, little Jaeger. It's all up to you. Yeah, Rez. Alright, let's get out of here, Rez. What's the... Are we supposed to win these battles? Supposed to win it. That's not gonna be a win on that one. $8,000 base experience. Ah. Oh. Actually, no, we should be good for this. Even if that's a loss, we should be able to clear 250. No problem there. No, yeah. Cruisers, fire damage. Save. How far did you say? 3 p.m.? 1 Pacific, so I think that's 10 p.m. your time. No, not midnight. No. I think it's 10 o'clock your time. No, 3 p.m. would be too late. I would start it earlier, but we already kind of confirmed it with Guppy at 1, so there's a high chance that I'll be taking lunch a little early, so I may not be able to finish the public test server before lunch. So I'm just gonna continue the public test server after lunch. Lunch could be as early as 11:30, which is about an hour from now. I switched to cruiser res. Yeah, I was looking at 1 p.m. and if I did my Google thing correct, 1 p.m. PT to CST, I believe is 10 o'clock. Yeah, 10 p.m. Ozma Minin. All right. Instantly into. Oh, it's only still 6. Why? Wargaming. Why? Why does Wargaming still lock us at six-person divs, forcing us to have a random 7th? Okay, Rez, no problem. Hello, Zavex Canaries.
General quarters.
Well, we're gonna find out if a bunch of puppies or randoms know how to do this. Wonder if they realize that they're already spotted over here.
Awaiting instructions. Enemy force sighted on the horizon. Enemy destroyer sighted. Enemy destroyer blown up.
Just think, one, that poor random players who have no friends, maybe they are trying to help them out. Okay. Allowing only 6 players in a div in a 7-player operation, such a troll. It is! I don't know why they do that to us. That's the reason why we don't run them right now on our community nights.
Enemy destroyer foundered.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's frustrating because when you get into 6-man, you can be doing well, and our 7th usually is a numb guard. And usually gets himself killed. Next thing you know, we're all frustrated because we couldn't have our 7th be on the same team. Maybe that's Wargaming's intent. Make friends! Frenemies are better. They spawn really far back. Oh, it's motorboats. More motorboats. So I guess Wargaming is just going like, well, you guys like these operations, we're gonna make them harder. Oh, you think they're not hard enough yet? Okay, we'll add some more boats to it. Top of that, you can only go in with 6 per person, so you're forced with the rando. Yeah, son of a.
We destroyed an enemy cruiser.
Well, the 6-man div thing it's live right now on the normal server. You can't div up with your 7 when you go into flagship operations. You're forced to having 6. We all thought it was a bug. But Wargaming's like, nah, we're keeping it around. To the next update, it's 2. By the way, you guys should be getting a new Twitch drop. Only on the CC channels. Get a red Daruma container, I believe. Make sure you keep tabs on tracking that. Should have already started. So if you've been watching since an hour and a half ago, you should be an hour and a half into it. I keep seeing the same question. Steven the Jeep. Get rid of the 50 subscriber camos on the CC container. Ignore my question. They're always ignoring your question. Warships never answers back. What are you talking about? No ships lost. Bunker Hill and Saratoga. Frenemies and player versus player, making player versus environment scenarios more interesting. Armored Warfare considers to be a competitive player versus environment. They purposely give you missions to fight for your other persons in the actual match. You only have 5 persons that go into matches with Armored Warfare for the simple little operations, but the missions that they give you are super competitive, forcing you to be a competitive player or cheese it, or somebody that like has to be a douche basically to get the mission complete, cheesing it or whatnot. Yeah, that was our conversation the other day when we were doing Armored Warfare. Remember on that, what was it, Sunday? Or Monday. Remember it was a Monday stream where we're doing that the Abrams AGDS challenge. So Razar was saying that the missions are super competitive, forces players to be dicks basically to each other to try to get the mission complete. Stealing kills, doing damage, that kind of thing.
Anti-aircraft gun crews are on normal.
As he says, he's never had any other type of game to be so competitive for player versus environment. And I'm like, when I looked at it, I was like, well, that's what a lot of players play the game for. If you have a lot of players that play the game for the player versus environment, then of course the developers are going to be like, oh, well, you like this game mode? We're going to make it challenging. Fight amongst yourselves now.
Problem solved, sir.
Okay.
Enemy cruiser destroyed.
I do kind of feel like they kind of might have dialed it back a bit on the damage done from cruisers. Yeah, doesn't play well with others. That's a salt miner quote right there. Hey, the zoo. Player versus environment, but it's PvP in disguise.
Anti-aircraft gun crews are on full alert.
Enemy destroyer foundered.
Anti-aircraft gun crews are on normal alert.
Enemy destroyer blown up.
Target penetrated.
We've sunk an enemy destroyer.
Target penetrated.
We've sunk an enemy destroyer.
We're almost there.
destroyer foundered.
Okay. More Schnell boats. Catch Pokemon, guys. Catch Pokemon. Twitch drops doing the usual 1% of the CC drop. Been watching you for an hour. Missed the mystery drop too because Twitch can't figure it out. Oh no! Because you're watching two different streams at the same time. Mine and the Wargaming one. Right. So you have to just get the Wargaming one done, and then when Wargaming streams are done, just come on over here then and get your CC drop, I guess. Oh. Errors occurred. Drop was not claimed. Wheel! I guess I can't claim my drop either. Yeah. Or mute one, Twitch won't think you're watching. Yeah. Don't mute the sound on this Twitch stream. Mute the tab. If you use Google, you can mute the tab. But yeah, don't make sure your stream isn't at 0 volume when you're watching. Otherwise, yeah, it won't count as your Twitch drops. That CC drop goes, I believe, all week. So if you end up not getting it today, you can still get it tomorrow, and Monday, Tuesday when I'm on. What about ships? Okay, so there's 2 operations. Five stars. Lots of things being completed. $250 base. All right, 3 more operations. Rez, you taking off? The World of Warships one, if you had started watching the stream at, I believe, 3 o'clock Pacific or 6 Eastern, that is the same Twitch drop. But if you had been watching before then, that's last week's Twitch drop. There is still a mission, though. There is still a mission that you can get from either mine or from the Warships official stream. There's a mission 14.3 number 2. How do we got? Okay. Gonna probably need to take a restroom break here at some point. Continue this. Yeah. Ew. Ooh, 1 bear. All right. Defense station, Newport. wonder how many battleships are gonna go straight in and try to knock out the first wave.
Stand by for action. The base is under attack. Impede the enemy's advance until the main fleet forces arrive.
I guess I should upgrade that.
Try not to lose a single ship and save our base structures from destruction.
Reconnaissance data suggests the principal attack will be launched in 10 minutes. If the outer radius of defense is broken, the attack will begin earlier.
Awaiting instructions.
This is Base Commander. Support ship approaching the second battery line.
Enemy destroyer sighted. Enemy cruiser destroyed.
These guys aren't attacking me. I can probably get all my guns out.
Reconnaissance reporting. Second attack launched.
Attention! Destroy all enemy forces before the principal attack is launched, and secure the carrier's retreat to the base.
What the?
This is Base Commander.
What?
Support ship reach battery 1. Restoring the
What?
Enemy cruiser detected.
You throwing mines at us?
Airborne! Airborne!
Oh boy.
I'm in danger.
This is okay. All right. Once again, nice surprise.
Awaiting instructions. Airborne! Awaiting instructions. Airborne!
Can I get off of him? What the hell, dude? All right, come on, man. Why am I getting dragged along for?
Awaiting instructions.
Trying to determine. I think that's a steel camo. Yeah, that's a steel camo. No little marks in it in here for usually what's silver. Pretty shiny, all right.
Reconnaissance reporting. Third attack is about to be launched.
Libertad all the way up there.
Enemy destroyer sighted.
I think they dropped the mines over there. So mines and boats added into the operations of flagships. Well, looks like we're going to lose 2 Libertads. This is Defensive Naval Station Newport. I dream what Raptor Rescue would be like. I dread. We just might get it. We got to do 2 more operations for the missions. Yeah, Raptor Rescue with mines and boats. Yeah. Red card.
This is Base Commander. All batteries restored successfully. Support ship returning to base.
Not doing half bad for 2 battleships taken out already.
Airborne! Airborne! Torpedoes to starboard.
Attention. Carrier entering the combat zone.
Reporting. Our carrier successfully entered the combat zone.
Awaiting instructions. Airborne!
Reporting. Enemy cruisers entered the combat zone. They're chasing our aircraft carrier. Reconnaissance reporting. Principal attack is underway.
The message said cruiser, but the announcer said carrier. So what is this one? Spaghetti code from older versions of the operation. This operation used to be only tier 6s. So I think back in the day before the carrier rework, they had a carrier show up. All the operations that have a carrier or an ally, all the carriers have been replaced by something other than a carrier. So I think that when they changed the rework for the ships, for carriers from RTS mode to first person mode, I think Wargaming didn't really have a way to control allied planes. So they just dumped they just basically dumped the idea of having a carrier show up. So in this situation, they just gave us a cruiser. And it happens too on lower tiers. It'll be a Des Moines on lower tiers as well.
Attention. Secondary mission failed.
We couldn't even save it anyways.
Enemy cruiser sunk.
So probably according to Wargaming, it's not a high priority for them to change it. 'Cause it might change something else, and they're probably worried about the coding for it. They left it broken for this long? Yeah. Probably because the person that did the voiceover for it is probably not with the company anymore, or cannot be contracted to do it again. So rather than having them do a different voiceover for having a cruiser instead of a carrier, they're just going to leave it as is and just replace it with a cruiser. Wouldn't be surprised. It'll probably be just as simple as that. That they don't have the original voiceover person to contract again for that recording, so they just basically leaving the recording, and then they just change the ship out because they can't use a carrier after the carrier rework. And you gotta realize the carrier rework happened in what, 2019? 2018 to 2019-ish, somewhere around there, right? Even getting a different announcer to do the voiceover would be completely fine. Gotta patch it, man. Patch it. Get someone that sounds almost like it, but you probably recognize when you actually had the voiceover. You probably would hear it. That's what I believe it is. I believe that the operations, they found that certain things, because that's why you haven't had the Halloween mode. Do you remember the Halloween mode where the Transylvania went through the portal and you had to hold on to 3 towers? The 3 towers would eventually close the portal, but Rasputin usually gets in right before you close the portal. If you remember that mode, you had the ability to play 4 different kind of ships. You could have played a carrier, you could have played a battleship, cruiser, or destroyer. Today's lawn day, guys, my apartment complex, so I might have to mute the microphone for a moment. So, back in the day on the Halloween ops, you were able to play as a carrier, battleship, cruiser, or destroyer. But shortly after the carrier rework, guess what? They removed it.
Battle ends in 5 minutes. That was a great battle.
Get off my lawn. All right. I'm gonna take a small little break here while these guys are doing the lawn care outside. Use the restroom, and I think I'm gonna get a little bit more liquids here. I'm out of coffee, but maybe I'll just put some water in it. All right, so we need 2 more operations for the complete missions on this. So, give me a few moments. I'll be back. Okay. Lawn care guys, they do like the lawn mower thing usually goes around, and then shortly after that they'll do the little trimmers thing, and then last but not least there will be gas blowers. So they friggin' blow all the blades around and such. Every Thursday. Unless there's like some type of historic storm or something come through, then they won't cut the grass. They'll just do it on Friday. 2 more. Yeah, the Haktua. You know where that came from, right? So you gotta just do a Twitter. You can just go to Twitter and just type in Haktua, and you should have the Haktua girl. What's her name? Haley Wales or something? Welsh. All because there was some random YouTuber doing an interview in like Nashville. Making mom proud. Came from the skank that the president let off the hook after she pumped and dumped crypto. Oh, did she get pardoned or something?
Action stations.
Oh, I forgot we can actually upgrade these. I keep forgetting about that. Really?
Attention! This is Task Force Commander. Our transport ships have been captured. Attack the enemy and retrieve the transport ships.
Awaiting instructions.
She's got a new TV gig coming up. Oh my.
Enemy convoy.
Keep capitalizing on that 15 minutes of fame then, huh?
Enemy detected.
Keep growing.
Enemy force detected.
That's the enemy vanguard. Destroy them.
Trump also has a meme coin out there too. However, if you were not the first person to invest into it, you're probably going to get screwed on that. So I probably wouldn't put your crypto in it. Another inside job. Let's not get too political here, though. Please. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
The ship is on fire.
Oh.
Problem solved, sir.
Ouch. Yeah, let's not try to go on the politics side here of the stuff here. I don't think crypto is necessarily political or anything, but we could go venture into topics that could turn into politics. So.
Enemy ships detected in the northwest.
I actually kind of had an idea the other night of something to do on the line of a day trader. So like if I had started to put recommendations out there on what to sell and what to buy on stock market, then eventually maybe put that into like a full-time kind of thing too. Something like that would start as early as 6 a.m. though for me. 9 a.m. for you guys on the East Coast. Obviously Monday through Friday. And with maybe recommendation side streams on Saturday or Sunday. Even if, well, if I do start like at 6 a.m. though, I'd actually be ending, what is it, 2? What's the stock market going? I'll go only until 5 o'clock, right? 9 to 5. And there's also trades that happen when the market is closed. Well,
Problem solved,
sort
sir.
of.
The ship is on fire.
Not sure how something like that would work on Twitch, maybe YouTube.
Detected. Destroy the escorting ships.
I don't think YouTube would probably have a problem with it. So, you know, a lot of different things are posted up on YouTube, live streamed. Storm chasers, man, this guy's get like 60,000 people watching. It's crazy. Not even chasing storms; they're just basically putting the report together and watching all the storms play out on their radars. Pull up multiple cans from different storm chasers, put them up on the live stream. 60,000 people, man, crazy. Shores are risk takers. Channel turns into a day trade stream. I remember when you used to play games on your streams. Now all you do is day trade on streams. Yeah. Have a little window. Half the screen's the trading, and the other half is me playing ships or something like that. In between rounds. Yeah. 3 ships down already. All we need is 250 base, so if I lose the ship, I'm okay with it. We got enough damage here. 250 shouldn't be a problem to get. So I don't think we've actually won a Aegis round yet. This is the second Aegis round. First one probably didn't go very well. There's mines in here! Orange juice stock is up. Meanwhile, Salem Cruiser is taking a dive. Ouch. Four ships down. Do you happen to remember the day when I asked you to participate in my ribbons challenge? I can just look at my Discord. March 20th. But I didn't get a response. I didn't respond to you until like a week later. That goes back to that thing of the caveat. I wasn't sure what the caveat was.
The ship is on fire. Problem solved, sir.
Yeah, you were. You had asked me something about it in chat, and if I was interested and such, and you were asking me how to get a hold of me, if email or Discord. Discord would have been a delayed response until after the stream. I don't usually check my email mid-streams. Unless I get an urgent text message or something like that, like if my account's getting hacked or something like that, then I'll get a message about it. Gotta have that two-form authentication, guys. Don't go to the internet without it. Yeah!
Ooh, 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 ooh.
So yeah, I don't usually check the emails midstream and stuff like that unless they're urgent and need my attention, then I will, but for the most part, you can, if you get a hold of me through Discord, I'll usually check my Discord frequently throughout the day. And yeah, we lose sound every time I minimize. There's a setting you need to change in if you don't want your sound to mute if you minimize the game. It's been a while since I've showed you guys this too. Latest Ben and Res. There is a file in your folder, in your Warships folder, called engineconfig.xml. It's usually under the bin and a latest number that you have. if you open that engine config with Notepad, you'll get something like this. So it's engineconfig.xml, and it's usually under the latest number under the bin. So you go to your game, you go to your Warships folder, and then you go to bin, which is bin. Usually it's the largest number is the latest patch. Go into that, go into res, R-E-S, and then you'll have a document in here called engine_config.xml. When you go into this, do a search, look for sound, and when you go under sound settings here, what you need to change is mute enabled. Wait, not that one. Mute enabled. This one. So what this setting is right here for mute enabled is when you tab out of the game, your game is muted. If you change this to false, you won't lose sound when you tab out of game. However, you will have to change this engine config every single time that there's a patch. Every time there's an update or patch to the Warships game, you'll have to go into the same folder and usually the same, well actually not the same folder. Every patch will add another bin number. So when they add another bin number, go into res and then go into engine config XML, and you can go into the sound settings and change this mute enable from true to false. If you change it from mute enabled from true to false, when you tab out of the game, you won't lose sound. So I have to do that every single time. I didn't do that this time around for the public test server. I forgot already about it, so. Hey, Ralph. A Norwegian prince is attempting to get a hold of you on an urgent financial matter. Happy Thursday, Ralph. How you doing? I'm so sick of junk calls such as, hello, our financial underwriter team is waiting or is looking to speak to you to finalize your loan request. Please call us back in order to confirm the loan. Oh my. Alright, we need one more operation. But before we do that, let's go into this equipment tab. Aha. People are going to overlook this if it's not easily distinguishable, if you don't get a notification about it. So we can upgrade this. If we're going to continue running cruisers, let's upgrade it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3,000. Wow. Wow. Damage from HE ammunition to burning enemies, 15%. Fire damage, 25%. Risk of catching fire, -40. Damage taken from main battery shells, -15. Whoa. This will make a huge difference. How many times can I do this? I can do them all. How many? Oh, I see. I keep getting 6,000 tokens. Is that what it is? Where was that under? This one? No. I thought I had one more to go. Base experience. Ah, here it is. No. Here's those. No, that's not it. Common. This one right here. Here we are. It's 25, 5,000, 4,000, 6,000. The next one's 7,000 coins to upgrade. Okay. Let's go see what that does to our flagship operations now. -40 on risk of catching fire. Hey, Shadow. Hello, Ralph. Oh, boy. Burmese. Oh yeah, car's extended warranty. Yeah, that one's classic. And then I was spied. I said high fire can participate, but you can't. Wait, I remember Bo was trying to nudge me into dodging the challenge again, or doing the challenge again. Challenge again, and I kind of had a joke fight in the chat with him. Said, "Nope, you can't. You just did it 3 days ago," and he was like, "What do you mean I can't?" Yeah, that was a question that I kind of had there too. What's the cooldown for participating again for that?
Anti-aircraft gun crews are on full alert.
Because he's completed it twice now, right? Bo has. You had him participate a lot of times without any cooldown in particular. Oh.
Anti-aircraft gun crews are on normal alert.
Hey, they raided the Grumpy Beard. He's also, I believe, a CC, so we should be getting a CC drop now.
Enemy force detected.
That's because he needed feedback to improve it. Done pretty well so far. Just a matter of breaking down if the teams are really that bad on a win or a loss kind of thing. So essentially, you're saying that I'm not going to be able to complete it on the first try. That's what you believe. If in the event that we do not get that first round,
Problem solved, sir.
I start all over again, right? And if I start all over again, that means my previous ships that I play with the div are available again, right? Usually there's a cooldown for that. Like if you attempt it and you just don't make it, and then you know, try again another day or something. I told him I make the cooldown dependent on his payouts. Higher payout, higher cooldown. No payout, no cooldown. Ah. And what about the follow-up question about the restarting it? So in the event this afternoon here, when we get our collab going with Guppy and I don't make the ribbon or point for 1,000, do we just start over again?
Enemy destroyer foundered.
Although it is going to be later in the day than our first attempt, though. If I were to do this attempt again, though,
The ship is on fire.
I definitely would do something again earlier for you, rather than having it. Because if we just run into such terrible teams again, I don't want you staying up until like 4 o'clock in the morning or anything. Yes, all of it as you said, but I would have you participate on a different day in case you lose the challenge. Okay.
Torpedoes.
Right,
direct fire.
that's what I was thinking. To give you an idea,
Enemy cruiser sunk.
I think the best times would be on the Wednesdays, because I'm usually on the PC version on Wednesdays, but that's usually also our collab day with Bo. So if we were to do it like next week again, you'd be trying. Oh my god! Wow!
Headshot.
Rohan took too much damage, and that was it. Dead.
Nope.
Wow. Wow. 4 battleships, 2 cruisers, and a destroyer. Rohan took all the damage and operation failure. Where's my fail? Where's it at? Where's that? Where's the fail? There it is. Alright, we need to do some either co-op battles or random matches. Let's go do co-op battles and see how quickly we can get through this.
You're killing me, Smalls.
We need, I think, 1,000 base experience for the mission. Alright, so I'm done with this. So if you go into here and go into operations of flagships, you can go into your equipment and you can upgrade your operational things. And it looks like the max is 5. So the max is 5 you can do. This will probably make a big difference too on the operations too, if you can stack those. This will probably continue next week. Okay, so what was I coming back to? Oh. So, non-patch days. So if we're looking at 4 to 5 weeks on each patch, that means the 2 weeks that are in between the patches, those Wednesdays are the best times, because we're not focused on patch notes, and we're not focused on anything in particular that got released. So there's those 2 days. The other Thursdays, I wouldn't necessarily want to run this type of ribbon thing on a Thursday during patch day for EU, but I could essentially play on North America instead, but it's still right after patch day. In fact, you know what? Patch week should probably be off limits for that. No Wednesday, no Thursday for the patch week.
Hello there.
Period. The Wednesday and the Wednesday after the patch day and the following Wednesday thereafter, we should be good. And then 4 weeks later, should probably be another patch day. The other times that would be good is the Thursday before patch week, because test server is not running. So essentially, if we want to start at our original time yesterday, at approximately 11 a.m. Pacific, which would be 8, I think, your time, then it would be give you more time through the evening, despite I still have to take a lunch at some point or other, though. I still have to take a break. And then we can continue in the afternoon. So essentially, if we fail today, when we come back to the collab, we're probably not going to restart it, Hurricane. We'll just attempt it again next week. Next Wednesday. And then if that next Wednesday turns into something very longer, then we'll do again the following Thursday a little bit later. Does that sound like a plan? So essentially, if it doesn't work out this afternoon, then we're scrapping it, and then we'll attempt it again next week at an earlier time on Wednesday. So no ribbons bingo challenge on patch week. Just a bad idea, because the team's probably going to be really bad. And plus, I usually do patch notes and stuff on that. Wait. Why am I going to operation? Leave. I need to go into co-op. Here we go. Patch week is usually every 4 to 5 weeks, depending on each one. If the patch is 6 weeks long, then we have essentially 4 weeks in between each patch. If the patch is 5 weeks, then essentially you have 3 weeks, I believe, in between. If the patch is 4 weeks, then we only have 2 weeks in between. Ha! Wow. Okay. This will be a nice little base experience. The reason why I say that is because it's just me and one other Jacksonville, that's it. There's a bunch of bots on our side. Well, the main reason why I was looking at that, because we can't do it on Tuesday because that's usually our community day. Monday we kind of start on the PC pretty late, like at your time, 10 o'clock. And same thing on Friday. So Monday and Friday we start the PC version of ships at 10 o'clock your time, which is already pretty late. Wednesday and Thursdays would essentially be earlier to start that type of challenge, would be essentially better timing for it. So that only leaves Monday or Wednesday and Thursday, because I don't do ships on Sunday. Unless we do a dedicated stream on Saturday. We can do a dedicated stream on Saturday just specifically for the ribbon bingo only. But it'd have to be a designated Saturday. Yeah, I put myself in the situation where my schedule is being booked up by a bunch of events that we've put together, and now it's like hard to go away from that because everybody's gonna expect it. It's like everybody gets used to playing the console in the morning on Monday, Tuesday, and then when I switch over to the PC on Wednesday, everybody from console still tunes in. They're like, "Where's the console?" Guys, I don't play the console every day, just a couple days. So essentially, if we didn't do community night on Tuesday, everybody's gonna be, you know, pitchforking. Like, where's our community day?
You're killing me, Smalls.
And then if we don't do now Repo and Phasmo on Sundays, Sunday Fun Day, everybody's gonna be like, "Where's our Phasmo?" Oh, it's, you know what? It's 11:30. Hey, we need to do a code giveaway. Council days, community days, patch days. Collab days. All right, and we're gonna do a code giveaway here. Unfortunately, it looks like Bomb's not here yet to enter in. Connecting to server, it's taking a while. Uh-oh. All right, that, or do you get, okay, hold on. Do you guys want me to do another marble race not marathon, but marble race, what's it called? Grand Prix? For a code. Okay.
Torpedos direkt voraus.
Collab days are good in my opinion, except they heard that they don't do well for viewership somehow. It varies. It varies. Essentially, Twitch's idea is that if you collab with other streamers, your community tends to grow because you're basically sharing communities. But I just know that there's some people that just they like to just watch that particular streamer and don't care for watching on other streamers. There's, you know, it's just that's the way it is. Now, for example, I know that a lot of times when I look at my statistics, I share a lot of my viewership with Bo, but Bo usually streams at the same time I do, and usually a little bit later than I do. But that's generally because we both stream at the same time. And then the days that Bo does not stream, there's an influx of viewership on my side because he isn't streaming. That's just the way it is. I don't necessarily say that we compete for viewership or anything like that, but if someone is new to Warships and they're popping in and they see Bo with, you know, 300 or 400 people up there on the top, then, yeah, they're probably going to go there first to check it out. And if they are not interested in what Bo is streaming, then they might go to another channel. I don't necessarily believe that all my viewerships come for just the CC containers. Because when I streamed on Facebook, there was no way for me to give away CC container codes during the stream. I had to post topics and discussion for people to enter in while offline, and then at some point or another pull a random name from there. People still tuned in on Facebook, even if there was no rewards there. So I don't believe that all my viewership is just here for CC container codes, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, right, viewership clustering. Although I do like that when we do collab with Bo, we keep it time constraint, meaning like only 2 hours. Because there are other collaborations, we can just go 4 hours later and stuff. We're like, oh my. When do we, you know, call it for the collab and split on, do our own way, you know, do our own things kind of thing. Because you could collab however long you want. Unless someone has a technical problem and it disconnects and stuff. Alright, so we'll do a Grand Prix races for a code giveaway for Warships. We're not going to change category for Twitch. We're going to stay on the Warships category so that way you guys continue to get your Twitch drops. We're going to have to come back here on the test server after I get back from lunch to continue doing these missions for a little bit. Just for a little bit. Yeah. So yeah, exactly. Yes, I believe this. There are some streamers that I unfortunately cannot listen to or watch because of what they do or sound like on stream. It's like you might have a couple hundred people watching you, but it's just not my flavor. Sorry. So I believe that for Twitch too. There's people that you vibe with as a streamer, and there's streamers that you don't vibe with. That's understandable. Perfectly. Okay. We're going to get the marbles up on stream for you guys. However, for you guys that are over on YouTube, I'm going to have to close down the stream for a little bit. You guys are welcome to come over here to Twitch and enter in for a code giveaway if you like for Warships, but you have to come over here to Twitch to do it. Otherwise, though, I'll see you guys in about a half hour or less on the YouTube side. Thanks for tuning in on the YouTube. I'll see you guys in a bit.